Good evening. Welcome to Combat Mission Black Sea. It follows an after-action report of the scenario with the name Honor. The opponent is Kubaman. I take command of the Russian armed forces in the position of the defenders against the attacking US forces. I need to mention at the beginning of this video that in my opinion the scenario is terribly unbalanced in favor of the Russian armed forces. A short summary of the scenario. A striker company attacks across the river line. 3 objectives: to secure a bridgehead, to follow up forces. The objectives are defended by strong motor rifle forces. The Russian lead element of the second company arrives in approximately 15 minutes and the main echelon in 20 minutes. First company starts on the map. Just a quick view at the numbers. 2 full motor rifle companies, about 300 soldiers, the platoons equipped with BTR-82A, in total 28, and each company with a tank platoon, that means in total 6 T-90A tanks, and artillery support by 2 batteries of 2 S3M1 Russian 152mm self-propelled howitzer called Akatsiya, and a section of 82mm mortars. In addition to that, with 2 target reference points, and they are in defense. The US attacks with a striker company, with notable artillery support and an Apache helicopter in close air support, which will get available later in the game. The forces are separated by a river, with 3 bridges and 2 water crossings. It's a relatively complex terrain, urban structures, highly wooded hills across the landscape. I take at the start a strictly defensive stance, observing how my opponent develops his attack. He takes a slow approach, using his drones to take precise shots with the artillery and single vehicles deep in the terrain controlled by me. My plan seeks to launch a local counterattack on the flank as soon as the opponent reveals clear avenues where his forces are concentrated. Reconnaissance unit crosses the river at one of the shallow water sections. On the bank, they immediately encounter enemy contacts. Harassing fire on the enemy's forward positions. As soon as heavy artillery is available, spotted contacts where clusters of units are assumed to advance, as well as machine gun and possible javelin troops positions and the rear are targeted with constant artillery strikes. After the first spotting rounds, the infantry positioned along the bank of the river to gather as much information as possible are now withdrawn in the safety of the hills that lay along the river. After an attack on the far right flank does not take place, more troops are moved to the main objective in the center. And the platoon on the right reorganizes and gets the position for the local attack across the water obstacle. As this advance across the river bogged down, the local counterattack brought a platoon across the water and established an initial position for further advances into the flank and the opponent's rear.
Подтверждаю, минометный обстрел начат. Координаты приняты. Начинаем обстрел.
Relentless strikes on the US positions. The initial advance, which started promising, soon got bogged down, and the whole attack culminated without achieving a breakthrough or a significant level of attrition of the defending forces. My opponent disengaged and surrendered, which is totally fine, so thank you Kubaman for the match and my sincere apologies for selecting such an unbalanced scenario, especially for a PvP match. Goodbye und einen schönen Tag noch.